everyone, it's Aquila, and this is the Lefty Knitter Podcast, episode 98. We're almost at 100. I think I said that in the last episode too, but almost at 100. That's super exciting. I just want to thank everyone for coming and watching, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting, for sharing, for doing all the things. And yeah, I'm floating around 575 subscribers, and that's always exciting. We just hit 500 not too long ago, so the numbers keep going up. Not quite sure if it's because everybody likes John's videos or my videos. I might have to make him his own channel. Just kidding. I think it's just easier to keep us all rolled into one simple package. So if you haven't watched the John Dies videos, give them a look-see. See if you like it. If you don't have to watch it. We understand that we are not everyone's cup of tea. So, yeah. All right, so from Baltimore with my husband and my daughter and my 3 cats. This is a knitting, crochet, sometimes spinning, sometimes other fibery arts podcast. So, I just want to thank everyone again for being here. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, so I was contacted by a loyal follower. She is also Lefty. And we had talked previously about Bill Souza. I don't know if you've ever heard of him before, but he is a Lefty maker. And he has come on some hard times. He now has a GoFundMe. He had made tons of videos in the past, and I actually had watched many of his videos. I had recommended his videos to other lefties only because there's not many resources out there for us. So, if you're a true lefty knitter. Some people are lefties and then they knit right-handed. So, if you're a true lefty knitter and you are a mirror knitter or whatever you want to call it, I highly suggest checking out his videos, and if you have the means to contribute any money for him to get a new laptop to be able to produce more videos. I contributed only because I have gained knowledge from his videos, and I appreciate it. So if he can put out some more videos, I'm all about it. So I will try to remember to put the GoFundMe link down below. I think he was close to his goal. He was only asking for $1,000 to get a new laptop, and yeah. So if you have any extra dollars sitting around, and you want to help contribute, I think that is a decent cause. Especially, I say that wrong every time. Especially if you are if you have used his videos in the past, it can't help. It can help. I need more coffee. All right, so I'm going to insert some video right here. So I'm not sure when this video will be in this episode, but I wanted to show you I had bought 4 of these skeins because John wants longer socks. So I'm going to try cranking these today. Today is Sunday, the 3rd, January 3rd. Patons Kroy. This is the colorway Turquoise Jacquard, and I have 2 still in skein form, and I have 2 on cones. My drill died, so that's charging, so I can at least try 1 sock, and then my drill will hopefully charge enough to do the other 2. I hand wound some of this one. Yeah, don't mind our mess. That's my dresser with my yarn stuff on it. That's John's dresser with God knows what's on it. So, let's get cranking. Okay, so that video was actually shot yesterday. Today is Monday, January 4th. I forgot to mention that. And I put out a video every week. Didn't mention that either. Not good at the introduction thing. That video yesterday was Sunday, and I had told John I really wanted to get these socks for him cranked out because if not, he's not going to wear them in the summer, right? Big old tall boot socks practically. Sorry, I need some coffee. I need some caffeine. In my cute little knitted mug. Okay. It's not going to kick in that quick, but I was able to I have an Erlbacher Gearhart Speedster sock knitting machine, and it's a 64 stitch cylinder. I have a 60 cylinder, which I'm still contemplating. My husband got it for me. If I want to return it and get a larger or keep it, I don't know. I really don't know. He bought it as a Christmas present, and I'm not sure which size I really want. So, but I did crank those out. So I had done a little bit of math in my head, looked at some of his other socks, and he wanted them to be taller. He has some steel toe cowboy looking boots that he uses for work, and he wanted them to be taller than that. I cranked 125 row leg with a 15 row cuff. Yes. So I did a hung hem. Let me just show you the socks. I finished them. Spoiler alert. They do not fit on these blockers. I do not have large blockers. I was looking on Etsy for large blockers, and I want to really support an Etsy seller that doesn't have as much sales, so I'm doing a little more research before I make my final purchase. You know, there's tons of them out there that have a lot of sales and have sales, multiple sales, and I know that keeps their business going too. I was just trying to help the little guy. So they do not fit on my blockers. They're too long here, and the top of my blocker is actually right here. So this is the Patons Kroy yarn I used. I should have weighed it. I'll try to remember to do that and update you guys. I have the rest of the yarn downstairs still on the cones because I had to wind it onto the cones. And so I did a 30 row crank, and then I did a hung hem inside. So the hem is actually a 15 row hem. Then I cranked 120 rows, and I knew at 120 I had to change my yarn or somewhere close to that because I was cranking 125 total after the hem, and I was not going to have enough to be able to do my heel, my short row heel on the machine. So I had to stop and change to the second ball at that point. So you can kind of tell that I had changed the yarn somewhere in here. That's okay though, right? I mean, it's like right here actually, because there's not a double of that. Did my short row heel, knock on wood, didn't screw it up. Cranked his 90 row foot, and then I did the short row toe. Now again, I've explained for these types of socks. Here, I'll show you the other one. This is where I changed yarn on the other one, so you can tell there because it's like a double row of that dark navy. You have to Kitchener the toe across the top of the toe, so you're not Kitchenering like say 12 stitches or 14 stitches, which is the norm at the tip of the toe. You're Kitchenering at the top. So you're Kitchenering across, so these are 64 stitches, you're Kitchenering 32. So I Kitchenered right across there. This one does not look very good. Now, remember I've talked about how I like my socks to be like even, matchy. I think when I make him more socks, because he did like this height and it's wonderful. He was already wearing them last night. I'm just gonna do, I think, that many less rows so they're exactly even. I like that. I don't know why. It's just maybe my methodical brain. And then the Kitchener on this one was right at this blue line, so it was like perfect. Because you can't even tell that it's actually Kitchener, because then it's this one color, it looks like a stripe, and then goes to the other color. So, all right, those are done. That's crazy. I have them as a finished object in one day. One day. The hardest part, I don't know, the cranking's not hard. It's when you get to the short rows and you have to concentrate. So, but I'm getting better, and I have my notes, and I've been doing really good with my new notes that I took. So, all right, let's talk about 2021. What should you not do in 2021? What should I not do in 2021? I should not take commissions. I kick myself in the butt every time I'm like, oh, I'll do it. Every time. This is a crochet commission, which I'm fine with. I've crocheted plenty of things. It's a baby blanket, so it's not giant. Crochet is quick. And And I think my hands need a little bit of a break because I've really been knitting vigorously on his. John has another photographer hat with the yarn he dyed, the first yarn, and then that baby jumper thing, sleeper. So my hands actually kind of hurt and I need a break. So I think changing up the muscle memory to crochet will be a good change. When the person asked, I knew I should have right then and there said no, and I didn't, and I hesitated, and then I felt bad, and then I took the commission. And I let them talk me into using a cotton yarn. I am not a fan of using cotton yarn. Now, some cotton yarns are not bad. I'm not saying all cotton yarns are bad. I just don't like using that straight up dish washcloth, like sugar and cream. I'm just not a fan. I'm not a fan. Now, this is a baby yarn. It's Bernat Softy Baby cotton. And it's a mix. 60% cotton and 40% acrylic. So, it's not terrible. I'm going to be doing like a ripple blanket. I'll be showing you guys the progress, obviously, but I do this every time. Anybody else out there? Do you like doing commissions? Do you like doing commissions when it's on your terms? More on your terms? Because I mean, a commission, you're still trying to abide by your customer, I guess. I don't know. I'm just not a fan of doing commissions, and I knew it. I knew it. Oh well, I have to do it now. Or do you just say no? Are you one of those people that are like, nope, sorry, not happening, not today? That's usually me. And I feel like a big jerk when I do that. But then I'm not feeling this feeling. That's the feeling I don't like. All right. There's the start to my video. 2021! All right, it is now Tuesday, January 5th. Yes. Having some coffee. I seem to record a lot more now in the morning up in our living room because there's light. Maybe once summer starts coming back and the days are longer and we have more daylight, I'll record other times of the day. So I apologize if I'm still kind of like not awake when I'm recording. I finished John's hat. This was the photographer hat. This was yarn that he dyed and I held it double. So I know I had mentioned that I would still like to see this yarn as a single strand, but so there you go. The photographer hat is Lavanya Patricella's pattern. You do this 2x2 ribbing. You're supposed to do it for 6 inches. John prefers we do 5 and 5 because the full thing is 10. So you do however many inches of ribbing you want, and then however many inches of stockinette to get your 10. You switch from a size 4 to a size 6, and then you have, it's very minimal rounds of decreasing. I think 12, 13 rounds, so it's not many. And it's meant to be either, you know, slouchy, or the way John prefers to wear it is all rolled up, so you can wear it slouchy, like this. Or, I mean, I like that. Or you can wear it folded up, more like a beanie with the folded up brim. I think the colors in this turned out really, really well. I think the hat turned out really well. All right, so I finished that. He is like, it's very bright. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna wear it, but I like it. So, and it was his first acid dyed yarn. He has the first naturally dyed yarn that he made in a hat like this also. I did start that blanket. I looked up the woman's name. Okay, it's the Rugged Ripple blanket. It's crochet. Stephanie Gage, I believe. I've made this pattern twice before. This is now my third time. The first time I made it, I did follow the instructions exactly because you get like this ridge because you're crocheting into the back loop. And the second time I made it, I didn't do that because, well, it's kind of a pain in the butt. It just, you have to take more concentration to make sure you're only going into the back loop and not both loops. And I started it. I'm using a G hook because that is what this yarn recommended. I cast on the crib size blanket. Sorry, it's rolled up around the last color I used. So started with the white. It went into this, I think it's called Sea Mist. And then Dusky Blue, I believe. I can't remember the names. Dusk Sky. So it's around 36 inches wide, which I think is a crib blankets are usually around 30 inches. So this is 36, so I think it's fine. I am doing the back loop on these. So you can see that there's this like ridge. Let me put that down and I can show you. See the ridge here? And the ridge on this one here. And then you get it on the back side too. I think it's pretty. This yarn is not terrible to work with as a cotton. Like I said, it's a baby cotton, so it's a little bit softer than a regular cotton. It's not like using sugar and cream, because I would never do that. Ever. So yeah, I think it's turning out nice. This is already 2 hours worth of work. I forgot that because it's not straight up crochet and then I'm in the back loop, it does take a little bit longer. So I'm wondering if it took 2 hours to do 3 rows, it's going to be a lot of hours in this blanket. And I don't know. We're going to be aiming for about 40 inches tall. And I don't know how many inches that is. Maybe 4. So 10 more times, approximately, times 2 hours. 20 hours. Yeah. Commission work is not fun. It is not my forte. Just don't like it. All right. I'm going to start my day. I'll talk to you guys later. Okay, everybody. It is now Friday, January 8th, which is David Bowie's birthday and Elvis Presley's birthday. So happy birthday, wherever you are. Stardust. Yeah, I had not shown any more of that newborn back flap sleeper that I made because I only ended up putting the other foot on it and I haven't gotten any further. So I feel like it's not enough progress to show you because it's really just the other foot. But in the last clip, I showed you guys John's hat that was dyed with the first colorway he dyed that he called Don't Use the Spoon, because I had told him not to use the spoon for sprinkling, and then he had the big black blob. So, finished the hat. He had like, I think it was like 30 grams left. I can't remember exactly, out of a 100 gram skein. This was Stroll Fingering Bear. There's no reason for us not to tell you where we got our bear yarn. We've actually had it for a while because John was doing some natural dyeing too, just playing around with stuff. So I had 30 grams left, and I told you guys how I wanted to see it in a single strand format. So I decided to put some waste yarn on my circular sock machine, crank out a tube, and see what it looked like. It's not enough to really make us 2 socks. It could make shorty socks, possibly, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. I could save it for like color work or put it in my blanket, but we still have another skein of it. 2 more skeins of it? No. How many did he dye? 3. He did 3. So we still have 2 more skeins. But I don't know what I'm going to do with that either. But I wanted to show you guys what it looked like in a single strand format. So it pools some. You can see the pooling a little bit where there's not a lot of color, where it was like more bare. See, now that would change depending on your gauge and whatever you were making. This is 64 stitches and it's approximately a US size 1. So now this is the skein that also had the black blob. So there is more black in it, where I don't expect in the other two to have as much black as there is in this. I don't know if that had focused when I shoved it right into the camera. I think it's beautiful. What I think I might do, because it's not very long, you can see, and if I folded that in two, it's not getting me very far for socks, but it will get me some wrist warmers. So what I might do is I might bind off the top edge, cut it, bind off this bottom edge, and then cut in a thumb hole and make myself some fingerless gloves. Taller ones. I want ones that go like all the way up to my fingertips, and then I can fold them down. If I just bind it off, I'll have maybe a rolled hem like this, but I don't want that, so I might tink back 2 rows and then do just a 2-row ribbing just to give it an edge that's not going to roll as much, and do the same with the bottom. But I thought this turned out really cool as a single strand. You can see the pooling here with the black too. See it going up and around? I think it looks really neat. I think it looks, oh, here's the other one so you can get an idea of what it looks like next to one another. You can see this is more muted and marled and mudded up because it's held double, so you're not getting the same color at the same time, but I like it. I've put some more time into my pumpkin pie socks. Now this yarn is from Haynes House, and it's called Pumpkin Pie, and I have now finished both tubes cuff to toe, and I gotta cut in my heels. So I have 2. I don't know if I want to cut in the heels with the same yarn or pick like a different color from my stash. I don't know. I have to think about that. I might just do the same yarn because I have enough of it. There you go. I think this yarn is super soft. I can't remember what this is a 75/25 merino nylon. That's her bare feet sock base. So really super soft. And yeah, 140 rows, not including the cuff and the toe. That's what I like for my socks. Yeah. It's very subtle in the colors. It's soft. It's not like bold. And I like that. I think it looks really, really nice. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy these once I get my heels in them. So that won't take me much longer to finish. Probably not by the end of this episode, but because I got to think about a color. So on Wednesday, they asked me to come into my office, which was very emotional. I have been working from home since March 13th. March 13th was a Friday. They decided they were going to do a remote working day to test how it would work and how everybody handled it. And we never went back to the office. People went back if they needed any supplies or any additional things. I didn't. I had an extra monitor here. I hooked that up. I haven't used paper other than just a spiral notebook to write down each day. I keep a separate day for each page and write down any specific notes that I need to write down or anything I need to write down so I can use it later for whatever I'm doing. But I had to go in the office and it was very emotional. I had posted an Insta story, and I appreciate to all you who have who reached out from me that story. I was excited and scared and nervous. I don't know why scared. And the area that our building is actually located in is not the safest of places anymore, which is one of the reasons, one of many reasons they are relocating offices. That's terrible to say, but it's the truth. And so that's not even expected for us to be moving in possibly until March. And even then, I don't think we're going to be back, or April of this year, so in 3 months. And I don't think that's going to happen. Not everybody's going to have the vaccination, and they're just going to still want to social distance everybody. So it's definitely not going to be happening. I'm probably, for the foreseeable future, still working from home for months. So most likely into the summer. They are scheduling us to get in. I was able to take some of my personal items home. I still have more. I've been there 15 years. I have lots of stuff there, and like decorations for each holiday, and I would put them up on our cubicles, and you know, because why not make it, we're spending most of our waking hours there, why not make it homey, you know, like. So I have a lot of stuff there. So they're still scheduling us to come in and clean up our areas. So mostly what I have to do is still get personal stuff. We were on the verge. We were going paperless. We were attempting to be paperless, which I know is hard for any business. But I had already done my part for my job and scanned in pretty much everything that needed to be scanned in. So I was ready. So I don't have to actually go in and do any of that because I'm ready. I'm caught up, which is exciting, to say the least. So, all right. Well, since it's Friday, we're going to be rounding this video up tomorrow. I'm sorry I talked a lot today about life stuff, and I usually do that tomorrow, but it's my podcast. I guess I can do what I want. So, all right, stay tuned for an episode. John, I think, is going to be dying again this weekend. He does it on the weekends. I know he could do it during the week, but I know you guys have really enjoyed him, and I thank everybody who has commented and liked and sent him advice and sent him videos and sent him all the different things. I don't see this as being an income for us. He just really enjoys making the yarn and seeing what colors he can come up with and then giving me the yarn. So, you know, that's kind of where we are. All right, I'm going to get ready and log in for work. It's another morning, obviously. I'm having coffee in my alpaca mug. This is from Greenbridge Pottery. They're local here in Maryland. So if you get a chance, you should go check them out. I'll put a link down below. All right. Okay, it is Saturday, and we're going to round this up. I was a big fat liehead. I was like, oh, I won't finish them till the next podcast. Well, I finished them. I have two finished socks, ends woven in, and everything. Although I think I cut them in a little too far back. I think I should have cut them in a little further up, but they still fit. They're just a little big in the foot. These were made on a 1.5 US, which is not my norm. I'm usually a 1.25. Nope, I'm sorry. 1 US 1, and these were 1.5s. Because I didn't have any more ones available, so I wanted to cast this on. This is the sock I started when I went to vote. So they're really pretty. They're done. Yay. The only other thing is I kind of blathered a lot yesterday, so today is not going to be much blathering, and then I have to help John bring in all of our Christmas stuff from outside. So short and quick. Hopefully you can probably hear everybody still talking in the other room, but my other Christmas present that John bought me arrived, and he got me, oops, sorry, that is a lot of noise, a jumbo flyer for I have a shacked sidekick, and he got me a jumbo flyer for my spinning wheel. So that's really exciting. I've always hated that when even plying a 4-ounce on the smaller bobbins, it's pretty full. I mean, I can do it and it's not a problem, but if I do anything more than 4 ounces, I definitely have to split it up. So, and it came with the front maiden. This is the front maiden that you need for, sorry, that's upside down. You need the front maiden. You don't need to replace your back maiden, only the front, and then this part. This is a little different because I've actually never used, I don't know how this actually works because I've never used this kind. Mine has hooks on the flyer. So I think I might have to look that up. I also went and panic bought another bobbin, actually I have 2, from Acreworks, which is the ones that they have the die cut ends and they're really pretty. And I got 2 different colors, bright colors obviously, because I love all the bright colors. So I am not quite sure how you put your yarn in for this. So I gotta look that up. And also, I don't know if I had to panic buy more jumbo bobbins. I tried just doing a quick Google search of if you can use your regular size bobbins, but it didn't really answer me. So if you out there know that answer, if I can use my regular size bobbins on my jumbo flyer, please let me know, because that would be nice to know. They look like they're the same height. And I mean, these would attach the same way. So I think I potentially can use them. I'm not sure. I definitely got, if you know how to use these, also let me know, because I'm gonna have to do some video searching, because I'm not quite sure. Because with the hooks, you just move your yarn. I know with these, you move it up, but then it's like attached at all times? How does that work? Usually, I don't know. I don't know how that works. Scary. All right. She's building Legos. She's making a mess. I'm going to stop now and be done with this video because, yeah. So if you have any information about any of the things I've talked about, please let me know, because you all are the most resourceful people I know. It's like my own human library. Is that right to say? You're my human encyclopedias. I like that. All right. Until the next time, y'all, knit happy.